Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome to your reading for the week of October 24th. We're just going to jump right in here, Aquarius. And I don't know what is going on with this camera today, but hopefully it stops. But anyway, we're going to look at your general energies in this first position right here. We're going to look at anything unexpected that could be coming in for you in this row right here. And as I say to everyone, you know, I do these rows like unexpected and stuff, but sometimes I don't feel that there is anything unexpected coming in. So that's why I say we're going to see if there is anything unexpected coming in. Next, we're going to look at what's coming towards you. Anything that could be entering into your life doesn't have to be love. Could be money, abundance, could be heartbreak. Although I don't think that's what's coming into your life. So, you know, let's just put that out there. And then at the end, we're going to look at any messages from your future self. And this actually looks much better, you know, as we get to the end here. So I feel like you have a lot of good stuff to look forward to kind of like in the near future. I'm also going to pull 5 main themes at the end that you could be dealing with this week. You have this criticism card and you also have this revenge card. This revenge card has been coming up like crazy. You know, part of me wonders if it's Mars retrograde. I think during Mars retrograde that, you know, sometimes people with ill intentions can be, you know, brought back into our lives, or it can also say don't try to get revenge as well. I pretty much say to everyone, like during Mars retrograde, really bad time to like try to get revenge or to try to get back at someone or something like that, because it always comes back to haunt you. So, you know, I would be careful of that. I would say that if you have someone who's overly critical in your life, it could be an Aries. So you have the Emperor here with the 7 of Swords, 3 of Swords. It's like something is preventing you from your 10 of Pentacles, or at least that's how you feel. And I'll just show you this right here. 7 of Swords, 3 of Swords to 10 of Pentacles. I kind of feel that some of you maybe feel like your 10 of Pentacles is blocked, but I actually feel like the thing is that the 10 of Pentacles shows up here. So that tells me that your 10 of Pentacles is here, but I feel you're trying to get there. In your first row here, you have the 3 of Cups, the Emperor, and the 6 of Cups. Definitely could be some sort of reunion here. Again, I'm not suggesting, as I always say, like I'm not suggesting you go back to the past here with the 3 of Cups and the 6 of Cups. Not at all. I don't even think this necessarily has to only be love. It could be a reunion with like a past, you know, like a parent that you haven't seen in a long time. I'm definitely getting that. I would say it could just be a person who is critical. That criticizing card, that criticize card that you have there, I kind of feel some of you that this could be a reunion with a person who is critical. And again, I would just be careful of that energy. Maybe you need to put up some boundaries. Maybe you need to tell this person that you're not going to deal with their critical ass, right? Maybe you need to say like, hey, if you have something to say, keep it to yourself. I don't care. I'm not going to listen to your criticisms at this time. And, you know, I definitely feel that. There's like a lot of happiness in the past, I feel here as well for you, Aquarius, especially with this and the 3 of Cups. You know, 3 of Cups is happiness, enjoyment, celebration, card of community, and kind of like good things coming in for you. And so I like that. And you also have the Emperor. I feel like this could be someone who's overly critical. The person doesn't have to be an Aries. Could be an Aries, but, you know, it could just be a person. I feel like someone very stubborn in your life, someone who hasn't changed, are the words that are popping into my head. So I would definitely be careful of that type of person, you know, in your life. And again, this does not have to be love. This could be, you know, like for a lot of you, I said parent because I feel like it's like a critical parent or something like that. With the 3 of Cups, you have the 5 of Wands. It's like conflict and competition. I would be careful of third-party situations just in general. Like, let's say you happen to know that you're in a third-party situation. You might want to exit the third-party situation, because this to me is saying there could be like conflict, or there could be a jealous person trying to get revenge here. I know, it's so weird. I've never had readings like this in my life, so, you know, I don't know. Something's in the air is what I would say, Aquarius, but I would avoid it at all cost. I would just stay away from it, plain and simple. With the Emperor, you have the Ace of Swords. I feel like you will be victorious over this Emperor. You can see that on the Ace of Swords, the sword is above the mountains, and it kind of represents victory or victories coming in for you. It can also say that, you know, there are obstacles here, the mountains, but the sword is above the mountains. So it kind of says like you will be able to easily overcome any obstacles no matter what. I also feel like there could be some sort of truth that's coming out, or truth that needs to come out with the 7 of Swords. We'll look into that in a minute. And with the Six of Cups, you have the Star. I mean, honestly, it might be a good time to just focus on yourself, is what I would say here. So if you're like in a third-party situation, maybe you should be focusing on yourself. Even if you're not in a third-party situation, I feel like you need to focus on your own wants, needs, and desires. Again, sometimes I think maybe we want to start a business, or, you know, maybe we kind of come up with some ideas on how we want to live our life. And whenever that happens, you know, people always show up to be like, no, that's not the right way to live life, even though it's not their life, right? And this can happen a lot with parents, right? You might be 40 years old, but your parents might still be trying to tell you what to do. A lot of people experience this. And, you know, I feel like this is saying, no, you need to kind of live your own life. I do feel like in all of our lives, there is a moment, there is a separation where maybe, you know, this doesn't even have to be that negative of a thing, right? Maybe we always ask our parents for advice, which is fine, right? There's nothing wrong with that, right? Even if you're 40 years old, it doesn't matter. You know, they might have good advice, but I think there comes a time where you have to make your own decisions, where we have to like kind of like separate away from the parent, right? And again, I'm not saying you can't ask them for advice again, but at the same time, there's something here about needing to make your own decisions, and I feel you'll be much more successful if you do that. In the area of the unexpected, you have this Knight card. It says triumph over adversity. Clearly, you're overcoming some big obstacles. That's why I'm not worried about this reading, because, you know, again, you have this card, triumph over adversity. You also have this gate. It says a barrier keeps you from your goal. I knew immediately when I put down that Ten of Pentacles that having the Ten of Pentacles could be like, there could be obstacles to getting your Ten of Pentacles. And again, Ten of Pentacles is pretty much everything you want in your life, Aquarius. It could be anything. It could be love, marriage, having a business. Could just be a career, whatever, you know, whatever you see as the ultimate form of success for your life, and whatever you see as something that you could build for a very long time, because Ten of Pentacles is like building or leaving a legacy. You know, it's building something very long term. And as I always say, with Uranus and Taurus, a lot of us are kind of going through that, where I feel a lot of us are wanting to build things long term. And I feel like you're going to be successful. I also feel like if you're like worried about love for whatever reason, like maybe you're staying in a third party because you're worried about finding love, wouldn't worry about it. You have the Page of Cups, King of Cups right here, but it's almost like intuitively I feel that the focus is too much on a past heartbreak. So some of you might need to let this go. Next, in the area of the unexpected, again, you have the Four of Cups, Four of Pentacles, and the Seven of Swords, holding on too tightly to something that is an illusion. That's not really what the Seven of Swords represents, but intuitively, I feel some of you could be holding on to something. It's not like an illusion, but it's like, you know, it's something you never had. Like, those are the words that are popping into my head. It's like sometimes I think we get out of a relationship, for example, and we kind of, you know, what we're holding on to really, as, you know, Kyle Cease says, is like one of my favorite people of all time, right? He always says that it's not your heart that's broken, it's your expectations that were broken. And so I kind of get that feeling here, where it's like you can create that Ten of Pentacles, whatever your ultimate vision is, right, in love. I feel like you should be focusing on, you know, kind of like the vision, not the person, if this is love. And, you know, if this is a past person that you want back, what I would say is I feel that focusing on the vision of like actually what you want, not as in, but not the person, could bring an ex-person back, actually, here, if it's the right person. But if it's not the right person, I feel this reading is saying there's clearly something there, or a person that kind of fits that vision of what you actually want. Very strange. So I feel like you need to focus, again, on the vision. Same thing in work, same thing in business. It's like you might have your mind made up that a certain business is for you, but maybe it isn't. Maybe there's something better, right? If you asked me 8 years ago now if I would still be doing this, I would tell you hell no, right? But here I am. This has turned into like what I do, right? It's like I had no clue that this would be what I would be doing for like forever. But what I would say is it just like happened, right? And I kind of see that happening in the Ten of Pentacles, especially in business. But again, I feel there's like too much fixed energy here with these. I'm going to show you both of these cards because I feel like these two cards are kind of very stubborn. I get a very stubborn energy. I'm not calling you stubborn, Aquarius, but I am at the same time. And I would also say that, you know, I would stay open with this energy, like open to surprise, open to be surprised, open to, you know, any random opportunities that could come your way. You know, this could be in any area of your life, because I feel like these random opportunities could be the thing that break you out of this barrier energy. With the Four of Cups, you have the Knight of Wands. I think this is your problem here. It's funny, I just did a Make It Rain. I titled it Make It Rain. I think you should go watch that video if you haven't already. There's timestamps. It was an all signs video, and so just click on the Aquarius timestamp. But I'm pretty sure in that video I was talking about how and it's 10-10, by the way, Aquarius. You can't make this stuff up. There's a big change coming in for you. I feel, look at this, 10-10. So I feel like there's a big change. But also in that video, I was saying how, I feel like you can't be 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I feel like this is your problem. And I'm not calling you out here, although I am, as I do in every single reading. I feel like you need to be all in on something that's a mystery in your life. Knight of Wands is the card of the builder, and maybe you already have something that exists in your life, and maybe there's something else that you would have to build. It's almost like the fear of building could be holding you back. And again, I'm not calling out here because I feel like what you're building is a Ten of Pentacles, something permanent. With the Four of Pentacles, you have the Page of Swords. For some of you, I feel like children could be involved here. And again, I'm not referring to love, although it could be. But I am referring to business and work. Obviously, if you have children, you have to take care of your children. That can make having a business very difficult. It can make, having growing in your career, right? If you have to watch your children or something, that could be a little bit of a challenge. But I feel someone needs to hear that if you have children or whatever, that, I feel you are going to find a way to kind of get things kind of flowing better. You're going to find a way to have the time and, the resources necessary to make something happen. With the Seven of Swords, you have the Two of Cups. I mean, I kind of knew this was about a love situation, like I said. So it doesn't really surprise me. But, I feel for some of you, there could have been like lying, cheating, stealing in a love situation. I kind of feel the truth is coming out. I feel like the truth is already known in this situation, whatever it is. So does it really matter? Probably not. And again, if you're not looking for love, I feel that your heart is being blocked here. I pretty much feel for all of you that there's some sort of heart blockage here. It's like, I've been saying this a lot lately. It's like, what does your heart tell you to do in all areas of your life? And that's what I'd be listening to here, is your heart, because I feel like it has all the answers. And you might be saying, no, it doesn't. But again, I kind of feel like, if there are choices that you have to make, and I'm pretty sure I said this in that Make It Rain video as well, Aquarius, that it's like the right choice. Like, I feel like the choices that are right for you, you don't have to justify. It's like if there's a choice that you have to make where you're coming up with a list of justifications, like a mile long, then I feel like that's the wrong choice. I feel like if there's another choice where, maybe I think maybe there's like 1 or 2 justifications where you're just kind of like saying, I want to go in this direction, but maybe you don't really have to justify it. Maybe it just makes sense. I feel like that is the right answer for you. I also feel like you need to face some fears, and there you go, right there. And you're not, his ears must have been ringing because you're not going to believe who just texted me. It was Kyle Cease. So there you go. But anyway, yeah, you have this lion and you have this tree card, and it says strength and success, stability and growth. So I feel like there's a lot of strength and success, stability and growth coming in for you, obviously, with that Ten of Pentacles. I feel like there's just like so much abundance coming in for you. It's crazy. But it's like not here yet. It feels like I'm looking at, like something that I have to push through, like a membrane. It's almost like there's jello in front of my eyes that's clear. And it's like maybe I look at it, I feel like it's solid, but I also feel like if I pushed through it, I would just get right through it. Maybe you need to get a little bit messy. I feel if you were to push through some jello, it would get a little bit messy. It would be a little bit, gross, right? So, I kind of feel that energy here where there's something that's like a little bit messy. I do feel this is like financial. So maybe some of you have to like leave a business, or maybe you have to leave a career so that you can start your dream business, or so that you can start something that your heart belongs to. So you have the Page of Cups, the Three of Swords, and the King of Cups. Some of you definitely could be going through a heartbreak, like I've been saying this entire time with the Three of Swords, but I kind of feel like you're healing. You have the Seven of Pentacles here. I feel like you're looking for situations, that you can invest your heart into. Again, I'm seeing your heart in this reading as just an energy that you can put into something, and, you get equal or more energy back from the situation that you're putting your energy into. For a lot of you, I feel you're very focused on that Ten of Pentacles. Again, Ten of Pentacles is whatever you want. It doesn't have to be love. It could be business, a career, something. And again, it's something that provides stability and growth. You have that tree card, which says stability and growth on it. So I feel there is a lot of stability and growth coming in for you. With the King of Cups, Again, King of Cups, I feel, can be a card of your heart. It's a card of your emotions. He has very deep emotions. He's sitting in the middle of the ocean. And so I feel when you go like deep down inside, what do you want to do with your life? What do you feel would make you feel happy, stable, and like all of those things? I don't think things can make us feel happy. I feel happiness is, of course, the result of achievements. We have to achieve things to feel fulfilled and happy. I don't think anything should make me happy. I make myself happy, plain and simple. And I feel that the King of Cups is saying this to you. It's like there might be moments where you're not happy, but you can fix it. You can do things, accomplish things that will make you feel better, plain and simple. You have this Page of Cups here. I do feel like there is love. Could be a water sign for some of you coming in for you here if you want it. But again, another card of your imagination. He has this fish in this cup here, and the fish in the cup represents your imagination. Could be something you're imagining, might not actually exist, the fish that's in this cup, right? Might be something that just kind of you are looking at and saying, I want to create this for my life, which again, we see this right here with the Ten of Pentacles. So let's look into this and see where this is going. Again, this is what's coming into your life. I do feel that there could be love coming in for your life, but clearly there's stability and growth coming into your life as well. With the Page of Cups, there's you have the King of Wands. Could be a fire sign coming in for some of you if you want love. It could be a water sign as well. It could be water, fire with water. Take it how it resonates. I feel it's someone who's bold, assertive. Could be very entrepreneurial as well with the King of Wands. But I also feel this is like an energy that you need to embrace, is the energy of being bold, being assertive. Again, there's something here in your reading about being brave, right? Because I get this energy, like I said, I get that energy of like pushing through jello, as ridiculous as that sounds, of like needing to push through something. And it's like, if I picture it in my head, if I just zone out, it's like people always ask me, what are you looking at? I'm like, nothing. The back of my eyeballs, as I always say, right? It's like if I try to zone out and picture, like put myself in your shoes and picture it, it's like I'm looking at it, I'm afraid of it, whatever this like wall of jello is. But it's like on the other side, there's the Ten of Pentacles. I feel like you need to push through something that could be a little bit messy here. With the Three of Swords, you have the Three of Pentacles. I feel like there are people who want to help you, So it's like if you're going through a sad period of time, I feel there's support and help with the Three of Pentacles. I also feel like there's a lot of abundance coming in for you with this Three of Pentacles. I feel, again, I've already said this, I feel there's a lot of abundance. So, and especially if you're working on presenting something to the world. Knight of Wands, King of Wands, both builder energy, kind of like building something, the Star, putting something out there. With the King of Cups, you have the World, an accomplishment, definitely major accomplishments coming in for you. They're not here yet, but, and I think your answer is the next card, which we're going to talk about, but, I feel there's a lot of accomplishments. I really feel, sometimes I wonder if when we're at the end of a cycle, if it actually feels worse than the beginning of a cycle. You know how there's like a saying, things have to get worse before they get better? I feel like you've been in the worst part of it, and things are about to get better. So that's the good news. Here for messages for from your future self, you have this November card and this Kite card. I feel that clearly, again, this card says November on it. So the card says November. People always correct me, and I'm like, no, the card says November. Yes, I understand it's October. And you have this Kite card which says vacation on it. Some of you might need to go on a vacation, but really, I feel like this is saying November is going to feel like a vacation in a good way. I feel like you're going to feel more relaxed, more calm, more successful, which we see right away. You have the Ten of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles. I feel like you need to get moving. Pretty much everybody gets this lately. Too much. I wouldn't be sitting around waiting for things to change in my life if I were you, but, I feel like there's a lot of success coming in for you. The Knight of Pentacles says you have everything you need to be successful. You just have to plant these seeds, seeds in these fields behind you here, and you will find a lot of success. So, I feel like there's a lot of success coming in for you with that Knight of Pentacles. You have the Seven of Pentacles. It's like where you have been, you've already experienced it. It's like maybe you're thinking, do I stay in this relationship? Do I start a new one? Go off, focus on myself for a little bit, Star, right? And then start a new one. I would say, Seven of Pentacles says, is the juice worth the squeeze? You have to honestly be able to answer the question. Like, again, I would be looking at your justifications. If you're staying in a situation and you're justifying it, and if you're coming up with a bunch of justifications that don't make sense, then, maybe it's time to leave. If you're looking at a relationship situation and you're like making all these sacrifices, of course, we always have to make sacrifices. But if you have this long ass list, it's kind of like when I said that earlier in your reading, I was seeing two lists where if you're trying to make a decision, so like one side's super long, I feel like the other side is super short. But I feel like the shorter side is the right answer because there's like less, justification, less sacrifice, in the long run. So, that's what I'd be moving towards here with your Seven of Pentacles. You have the Ten of Pentacles here. Ten of Pentacles is like fortune after difficulty as well, kind of. Really, Ten of Cups is my card of fortune after difficulty. But I do feel like a major, like, sigh of relief here at the end of your reading. There's some, there's like some sort of improvement or something coming in here. I also feel that a lot of you are going to feel much more secure in the near future. So I definitely like where this is going for you, Aquarius. With that Ten of Pentacles, you have the Eight of Pentacles. Again, you're working towards this. Eight of Pentacles is kind of like very focused effort. I feel what you put your energy into is what you're going to get. Again, I would have, if I were you, Aquarius, and I basically am, because I'm an Aquarius rising, right? And I have Mercury in Aquarius. I'm a first house Aquarius as well. So, what I would say here is that for a lot of you, I would be putting my work into, just one thing. I feel like that Knight of Wands energy is going to be your worst enemy. 1 foot in, 1 foot out, not making a decision. I really feel there are no wrong decisions in life, basically. It's like impossible to make a wrong decision. People always say to me, no, it's totally possible to make a wrong decision. I'm like, well, you made the decision. So was it wrong that you made a decision? I would say no. So we can't really make wrong decisions. Maybe things don't go according to plan, but again, that doesn't mean it was a wrong decision. And I feel like this is saying, like, put all your energy into one thing. Look at this, Seven of Pentacles. The change is going to lead to your Ten of Pentacles. You changing direction in your life and following your heart is basically, I know that's such cliche advice, right? But literally, this reading is saying to me, following your heart is going to lead to everything you want in your life, plain and simple. With the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Queen of Swords. I feel like you finally see this. It's like you finally see clearly the changes you need to make. I actually really like this for you, Aquarius. I feel like you're finally moving towards your heart. Love it. We're going to pull 5 main themes now and see what is going on for you. You have this turkey card. It says someone is behaving stupidly. We saw the turkey in the first row. So, if you have a controlling person, a person who's super negative or, whatever in your life, I, of course, would avoid that person at all cost. With that Emperor, Ace of Swords, I feel like there's a truth that needs to come out here, but I feel like what the truth is that you don't like this person or that they're negative or that they cause problems, whether it's a lover or otherwise, doesn't matter. You have this quill card. It says, get back to basics. Yeah, I'm a big fan of, getting back to, keeping things simple. Right now, that's where there's going to be a lot of success for everyone. You have this frying pan card. It says, trouble, accusations. Again, I would be careful of confusion. I would get clear on anything. I wouldn't be, Mars retrograde. I wouldn't be accusing anyone of anything. I also wouldn't be assuming things at this time. I also feel some of you could be dealing with a person where it's like, they are assuming things maybe because they're not clear. And again, I'm not telling you what to do, but maybe you have to, you could find yourself for the rest of the month clearing up some energy with a person in your life, lover or otherwise, doesn't matter. And, I think there have been a lot of, there's been confusion in situation. 5 of Wands, Knight of Wands, King of Wands, Emperor, blah, 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 whatever, doesn't matter, 3 of Swords. I feel like there's been confusion in a situation, could be with a fire sign, and I feel like you could be clearing things up. This does not mean you're getting back together with a person. I think you're just clearing up the energy. You have this tree card. It says, affairs with your family. Literally, what was I talking about at the beginning of the reading? I would definitely be careful. Maybe you need to draw some boundaries. You don't have to be mean about this. I don't think you have to cut anyone out of your life. I don't think you have to, say anything rude to someone. I just think you need to be like, if you have a parent that's trying to tell you how to live your life, maybe you need to be like, stop, right? That's what I do. I make the face that I made, and I also go like this, stop. You have this boot card. It says, increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. Consistency comes up for you in every single reading that I do for you. I like to remind you, Aquarius, because it comes up for you in every single reading. It's like this channel, I do 4 videos a day. It doesn't matter what's going on in my life. It doesn't matter what I have planned. I schedule out the beginning of my day, although today I'm late. I slept in a little bit because I needed it. But, I schedule out my day. First thing I do, 4 videos. Done and dusted, right? Some days I do 4. Some days I do 10, just depends on how I'm feeling, right? But I always do 4. And, I kind of feel like in your work or your business, I would pick some, and even in my other businesses, I do basically the same thing, but just different. I pick the activities that move the needle forward, that get me closer to my goals. And I always have a set amount of those goals or those things that I do. And that's like the standard I set for myself. And, you know, again, I watched this video years ago about setting a standard, and it's like one of the things that changed my life. And I'll try to remember to post it down below as well. It was an interview with like Lilu, I can't remember her name, Lilu something. But anyway, I'll put it down below, and it's all about setting standards and having standards. And, you know, that's basically what I did, and it changed my life. So I would definitely recommend you do it too. But thank you for being here, Aquarius. Really like this. I like where this is headed. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your Sun, Moon, and Rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.